After a pace lap tour of the 5.2-mile road course, 68 cars are ready for the 20th running of the Sebring 12-hour Endurance Classic. Mario Andretti in Ferrari number 19 leads the field as the race gets underway. Behind him, Porsches, Ferraris, Alfa Romeos, Mazdas, and a variety of road racing machines guaranteed to provide excitement even into the nighttime hours that lie ahead. The red Ferrari 512S leads through the hairpin, followed by Joe Siffert in Porsche number 14. Andretti led from his pole position on the grid, which he earned with a 121.9-mile-an-hour Sebring lap record. 10 cars bettered last year's qualifying mark, set by Chris Amon in a Ferrari. Trouble back at the hairpin. 2 Lola Coupes mix it up. Bob Brown in number 26 continues, but light duty would complete just 1 lap of the race. Entering the long north-south runway, Andretti opened his lead. Here the cars reach maximum speed, the fastest ones close to 200 miles an hour. Pit straight, lap 1, Ferrari number 19. Siffert's Porsche is next, and already the cars vie for position. In third place, Jackie Ickx in Ferrari number 20 has moved ahead of Vic Elford's number 16 Porsche, with Pedro Rodriguez in the second Wire Engineering Porsche a close fifth. Spectacular flip by the number 60 MGB. The car threw a tire, and miraculously the driver, Bob Kilpatrick, escaped injury. The accident occurred on the short straight between turns 1 and 2, and fortunately the tire stops dead without endangering the oncoming cars. Near the end of the first hour, the leader's average speed was a fantastic 117 miles an hour, highlighted by Siffert's 1-lap record of 122.265. Finally got out, he found himself in 5th place. But Lady Luck dealt Porsche a cruel blow. Brian Redman limped back into the pits, and the minutes rolled by as the mechanics repaired a faulty electrical system. This unexpected stop dropped the number 14 Porsche out of the top 10, a position from which it would never recover. Leo Kanunen led in the sister Porsche, with Kurt Ahrens also in a Porsche 917 a car length away in second. Rosario worked his way into third, the first of 3 Ferraris. In 4th place, the Jackie Ickx Peter Shetty Ferrari number 20. In 5th, the Giunti Vaccarella number 21. Further back, the 4th of the new line of 12-cylinder Ferrari 512s, entered by a North American racing team, loses it on the tricky chicane. Although much heavier than the factory cars, the number 22 has been kept in contention by Mike Parks and Chuck Parton. In Grand Touring, John Greenwood and Alan Barker lead a string of Corvettes. They're 14th overall, but having as much fun as the front runners. Near the 3rd hour mark, a blown tire dropped Rodriguez from the lead. The Porsche 917 had led for most of the last hour and a half, exchanging it briefly with the Ahrens Elford Porsche. Ferrari held the first 3 spots. A surprise to most of the 57,000 who looked on was the 5th place position of the McQueen Revson Porsche 908. The two have done a masterful job keeping the underpowered car in contention. Reporter Chris Economaki asked Steve McQueen about his broken foot.
I busted it in a motorcycle race up at Lake Elsinore, the 100-miler. Busted it in 6 places, and I'd already said I'd drive.
What about shifting and clutching? It must be pretty difficult.
Well, it's a little difficult. I can't use a footrest. We've had to cut part of it off because I'm 5 1/8 inches across the bottom of my foot, and we've put some sandpaper on the bottom, taped it on so I keep it on the clutch pedal and adjusted it.
Peter Revson uses too much foot, but regains control and keeps position. The number 33 Alfa Romeo of American Maston Gregory and Hollander Tony Hesmans also does a turnaround. The Alfa and the McQueen Revson Porsche are having quite a go for 5th. The 2 cars swapping position all afternoon. Well into the 4th hour, it becomes apparent the Porsche battle is a difficult one. Body repair work, necessitated by the earlier tire mishap, drops the Canunan Rodriguez Porsche 4 laps behind the leader. In the 2nd hour, the number 17 Porsche swallowed a valve. A short while ago, the number 16 Porsche suffered irreparable damage to the rear suspension when it was involved in an accident. And although still running, the number 14 Porsche underwent repair of the front wheel hubs and is out of contention. The Andretti Merzario 19, entrenched in 1st, leads the trouble-free Ferrari parade. In a moment, the final chapter, the nighttime hours of Sebring. As day gives way to night, Mario Andretti and Arturo Merzario have amassed a 9-lap lead. What was a 3 Ferrari runaway dropped from 2 to 1. Iexchetti number 20 retired with a broken valve spring, and the number 21 car blew a tire and is undergoing repair to damaged suspension. Retirement defeated the Greenwood Barker Grand Touring Corvette, or perhaps it was the dogged pursuit and steady pace of the Tony DiLorenzo-Dick Lang Stingray. Racing second in GT for most of the race, their car ran trouble-free and is now 1st in class. There has been no let-up in the 12-hour marathon. Average speed better than 113 miles per hour. A report is in that the number 14 Porsche is out with a broken-up brake.
Getting close to the end, Mario. What's the trouble underneath the back of the car?
Well, it's the gearbox.
How bad is it?
I don't know. I don't think it's going to finish.
Revson pits the 3rd-place car. The young Charger from New York has done the lion's share of the driving and has not taken relief since nightfall. Revson's lap times are 8 seconds better than McQueen's, and that says something for McQueen, what with his broken foot. The car is held together. In fact, the mechanics have not had to change tires or brake pads. With this combination, Sebring could have a storybook finish. Revson goes out again for another turn. Approaching the 11th hour, the Porsche closes the gap on the faltering Ferrari. At 9:46, it is dead on the course. There's still an hour of racing left, and Ferrari has come too far to call it quits. It's been decided that Andretti will drive the only Ferrari still in contention. Giunti discusses strategy as Andretti waits for the number 21 car. The strategy is simple. Overtake the 2 Porsches and win the race. Ferrari's deficit is better than 1 lap, and it's doubtful that even Andretti can do it. It wasn't long before Andretti unlapped himself. He is now 5 miles behind the leader and in pursuit of the 2nd place Revson McQueen car. The drama never ceased. With minutes to go, Andretti paid a surprise visit to the pits. The McQueen pits were overjoyed, thinking the Ferrari was in trouble. At this point, Andretti's lead was a scant 53 seconds over Revson. But the stop was just for a splash of gas. The minutes were running out, and out of the darkness, one car would emerge the victor. The 12 hours of Sebring was over, and Ferrari had won. For the 8th time in the 20-year history of the 12-hour Enduro, Ferrari took the checkered flag. McQueen Revson was second, Alfa Romeo third, and the surviving Wire Porsche fourth. Victory Lane in a moment. Victory Lane at Sebring. The winning car, Ferrari number 21. Mario Andretti visits the winner's circle for the second time at Sebring. After leading most of the race, his car failed with transmission problems, and Andretti transferred to the winning car, kept in contention throughout the race by original drivers Ignacio Giunti and Nino Vaccarello.
Time to speak English yet, Mario? Yeah. Congratulations. What a drive. You ever think you'd pull it off?
No, but we never lost faith, though. These guys just worked, and we just tried everything we could, and I guess the Lord was with us once again.
Happier, even in the last minute.
Oh, I'm telling you, this was the impossible dream.
What about that last stop? Was it necessary?
Yeah, I ran out of fuel. I thought I could stretch it, but then the reserve ran out, and I just barely made it in.
Congratulations again, Mario Andretti.
This year's race shattered all records. Average speed better than 107 miles an hour. A fitting climax to 20 years of racing at Sebring.